A few months ago, I posted about this artist, Lorna Simpson, and I was going through my shorts and I saw, that I had posted this reel, this short video of me sharing this sketch of Lorna Simpson, the source, and then the one of her art books. And I was like, oh, I just posted like me flipping through this and just showing some of the pieces that I like. I never actually like did a full video walking through just a few facts about Lorna Simpson, but more focused on sharing some of the images from the art book. So Lorna Simpson is a photographer and multimedia artist. She is originally from New York, but she has Jamaican Cuban roots. Lorna Simpson, as I mentioned, is a photographer, and one of the mediums that she uses is collage in her work. And a few months ago, I picked up one of her art books because I wanted to get a better look at her collages. One of the additional things that I really connect with her story, she was the first African American woman to exhibit at the Venice Biennial. One of my other favorite artists, Simone Lee, maybe like 3, 4 years ago, was a part of the Venice Biennial. She's also done some work at the Denver Art Museum. I used to live in Denver. So I really enjoy some of these aspects of her story. But then, as I mentioned, I really, really connect with her collages. So this is the image of the picture that I sketched of Lorna Simpson. So that's what this looks like. And then I just did a quick sketch of her when I, was initially just kind of studying her work. And like I said, the video, hi there, the video that I had posted a few months ago, just kind of shared like this sketch, and then let me go ahead and put up the book. Okay, so as I mentioned, Lorna Simpson is photographer and a multimedia artist, and one of the mediums that she uses that I really enjoy are her collages. And I wanted to just quickly, well, no, not quickly, but just go through a few of the images that I really like and show y'all some of her collages. So this series is her images of black women with like crystals attached to them. And I really love not only the composition of many of these in this particular series, but also I like the kind of positioning of, crystals with these faces. And this one is one that I really like in this series. Let's see, I hope it isn't too much of a glare. I feel like my light is weird in here. But I really, really enjoy, I love the composition where it's like this light light tones here, and then we get the mid tone, I would say mid tone, with the face, and then the dark tone with the background. So I feel like the composition of this allows for, the hardness of the crystal with the softness of the face, and then that light and dark is really nice as well. See, and then this is the other one on the other side of the page, just so y'all can check that out. Okay. Let's see. This is another series that I really love, where she has black women kind of in these celestial backgrounds, right? And I really love this one. I think that this is just visually interesting. It's very serene and soft. Like, I feel like this piece really depicts the mood, or a mood. Let me say that. I think that this one really depicts a mood. Like I said, this series in the collage set is more about like celestial beings, this very like space, otherworldly, kind of mood. But with this one, I think that this not only is it the composition, but I think it's the way that the lightness is distributed throughout the dark, really gives like this soft, serene kind of vibe. Let me know what you think. That's what like that's what comes to me related to this one. But y'all let me know what you think. Okay. There's some really pretty ones in here. This is another one that I picked. And I actually did I'll have to find that collage. I did a collage that was in the same energy as this one. I did not a master study, but put together some images that kind of had this I don't know, I was gonna say creepy, like introspective, like this piercing composition to it. I think that's the best way for me to describe it. A piercing composition, right? Okay. We did that one. I really love these. I think the colors in these are so nice. I like this one. I really like the graphic aspect of the letters. You can't read, exactly what it's saying. I also like the composition of this one too. These are really pretty. This series is really nice to me too. It reminds me of the crystals, the series that I showed y'all at the beginning of this video. I'm not sure what material this is that's painted on here. It kind of looks like watercolor. I really like these colors. And again, this is Lorna Simpson. I had previously just started to get interested in her work. And she's a photographer. Originally from New York, but has some roots in a lot of different places. And I had really started to like do some deep dives on some black collage artists. And Lorna Simpson is kind of like an OG, you know. Many of the newer collage artists mentioned Lorna Simpson. And so I wanted to start there. Since I saw that some of the other folks that I really like I said, that are collage artists mentioned Lorna Simpson, I was like, okay, well, let me start with her. Um, so I love these. I would say also another artist to check out who um, her art style, her collage style reminds me a lot of reminds me a lot of Lorna Simpson, and her name is Chiffon Taylor. She's a really amazing collage artist as well. I really like this one. These. Yeah, I really like this series. Again, I think that this is watercolor. It could be watercolor and collage paper. That's pretty too. I really love one of the things that I have been thing is a art book collection. I enjoy books in general. I am definitely a bibliophile. Like, I use books in divination, and I definitely, you know, just find them as a source of comfort. And so when, I want to get some inspiration, I'll usually pull out some of my art books. And with this one other video that I want to share, probably in my mixed media series that I have going on right now, is how do you approach like incorporating inspiration from like an art book, and like give some tips on that, like how, what am I looking for when I'm looking at different art books. Like if I do an art date and go to the library, and I'm looking for like some art books, like what am I looking for? How do I incorporate, you know, what I'm seeing and what I'm inspired by into my artwork, right? And it could be something as simple as like this orange. If I see a color that I haven't used before, um, one way that I would incorporate that inspiration is to try to create a few drawings with just one color, right? And so maybe this orange, for instance, right? Like that's how I would, that's like one example of how I would incorporate some inspiration from an art book into like my creative practice, right? Like even this red, if this is a color that I haven't used often, use it in a particular way, draw red things, red items. Okay. I feel like I've talked about a few different areas, introduced y'all to Lorna Simpson, talked a little bit about my art style, shared some of the images from her collages that I really like what I like about the composition, what I like about, the piece itself. And then this last part was kind of a quick overview about how I incorporate inspiration from art books into my creative practice. And I will probably do a longer video at some point on some additional tips on how I incorporate, art book inspiration into my practice. I also can do a few. I love this one. Aren't these cool? Can do a few videos on um, my different art books, that I have, and like walk y'all through some of my favorites from those art books. But this is my favorite spread in the book. Um, I love both of these side by side. Yeah, I think that's a good place to end things. So let me know what you think about this video. Have you heard about Lorna Simpson before? Have you seen, any of her work in real life? That would be interesting as well. What do you think about these collages? Did any of them stick out to you? And yeah, I will come back on with another art book tour soon.